How does one get their fishing buddy to stop telling exaggerated fish stories? We've all got that fishing buddy who loves to tell tales that grow bigger with every retelling. Exaggerated fish stories are as old as fishing itself and can be a fun part of the experience. But when the lines blur a little too much between fact and fiction, it can leave you wondering how to reel them back in. In this post, we'll explore practical tips and gentle strategies for addressing those larger-than-life fish tales. Whether it's keeping the fun alive or having a heartfelt chat, you'll find ways to keep your fishing trips enjoyable without the tall stories getting in the way. Understanding the nature of exaggeration in fishing stories. Fishing stories are often larger than life. Whether it's the one that got away or the monster fish no one believes existed, these tales have entertained generations. But why do these stories tend to be exaggerated? Let's explore the cultural aspects and the role of hyperbole in fishing storytelling. The role of hyperbole in storytelling. Hyperbole is a literary device used to create emphasis through exaggerated claims. In fishing stories, hyperbole transforms a simple catch into an epic adventure. Think of the classic line, "It was this big," accompanied by outstretched arms. This embellishment isn't just for humor. It's a tool to engage the listener and heighten the drama. A dash of hyperbole can 1. Spark interest. Exaggerated details make the story more captivating. 2. Create imagery. Vivid descriptions paint a picture in the listener's mind. 3. Add humor. The absurdity of the exaggeration can make the story funnier and more enjoyable. But it's not only about the fish. It's about the battle, the struggle, and the accomplishment. Exaggeration makes a good story great, and a great story unforgettable. Bonding through storytelling. Storytelling, especially in fishing, is a means of bonding. When fishing buddies swap tales, even exaggerated ones, they are doing more than just sharing experiences. They are strengthening their friendship. The shared laughter over a clearly implausible story, the collective groan at an over-the-top boast, these moments bring people closer. Consider these benefits. 1. Shared laughter. Laughing together over outlandish fishing tales strengthens camaraderie. 2. Tradition. These stories often get retold, becoming a part of the group's shared history. 3. Empathy and support. Even as friends laugh, they also appreciate and empathize with the effort and enthusiasm behind each tale. Exaggerated fishing stories are woven into the fabric of fishing culture. They are not just stories but rituals that help foster friendships and create lasting memories. So next time your fishing buddy starts with, "You wouldn't believe this," remember, it's not just a story, it's a way to connect. Assessing the impact of exaggerated stories. When you're out fishing with your buddy, the stories you share become as much a part of the experience as the catch you reel in. Unfortunately, exaggerated tales can sometimes create more ripples than the fish we're after. Let's explore how these tall tales affect our fishing trips and relationships. Testing credibility. Imagine this. You're out on the lake, and your friend starts regaling you with yet another story about the monster fish they caught last weekend. It's always the biggest, the fiercest, and the most elusive. The problem? These constant exaggerations can lead to doubt. 1. Erodes trust. When every tale is stretched to unbelievable lengths, it can make you question everything they say. 1. How can you trust their next story or even their advice on where to cast your line? 2. Causes annoyance. Over time, these exaggerations can become irritating. 2. Instead of enjoying the trip, you might find yourself rolling your eyes every time they start another story. It's a lot like crying wolf. Eventually, even if they do catch a giant fish, you might not believe them. This mistrust can put a strain on your relationship, turning what should be a relaxing day into a frustrating one. Setting realistic expectations. Exaggerated stories can also lead to unmet expectations. If your buddy keeps claiming they found the best fishing spots with guaranteed big catches every time, you might be in for disappointment. 1. Creates false hope. You might start expecting every trip to be as successful as their stories. 1. When reality doesn't match, it can lead to frustration. 2. Impacts enjoyment. Fishing is as much about the process as it is about the results. 2. If you're always chasing an exaggerated dream, you might miss out on the simple pleasures of the experience. Imagine planning a trip to the best fishing spot ever, only to find it's not as magical as described. It's like showing up to a highly recommended movie and finding it dull. The letdown can make you question why you even went along in the first place. In the world of fishing, honesty isn't just a nice to have, it's essential. By setting realistic expectations and maintaining credibility, you ensure that everyone has a good time, and the stories shared become cherished memories rather than points of contention. Strategies to address exaggerated fish stories. Fishing with friends can be a great way to bond, but what if your fishing buddy keeps stretching the truth? Exaggerated fish stories can sometimes be annoying, but there are ways to handle them without hurting your friend's feelings. Use humor to lighten the conversation. Sometimes, the best way to address exaggerated stories is with a bit of humor. Gently teasing your friend can make the situation less awkward. You can say something like, "Wow, that fish gets bigger every time you tell the story." This helps to bring attention to the exaggeration without being mean. Here are a few tips on using humor effectively. 1. Keep it light. Avoid sarcasm, which can come off as hurtful. 2. Use inside jokes. If you have shared jokes or funny experiences, use them to bring humor into the conversation. 3. Laugh with them, not at them. Make sure your laughter is inclusive, not isolating. Humor can be a great tool for keeping the mood light and friendly while still addressing the issue. Encourage honesty in fishing experiences. Having a candid conversation about honesty can also help. You can talk about how much you value genuine experiences and stories. Here's how you can approach this. 1. Choose the right moment. Find a time when you're both relaxed and not in the middle of fishing. 2. Be open and honest. Share how you feel about exaggerated stories and why you value truthfulness. 3. Listen to their side. Sometimes people exaggerate for attention or to fit in. 3. Understanding their perspective can help you address the issue better. Share your own fishing experiences. Lead by example by sharing your own true fishing stories. When you share genuine experiences, it sets a precedent for authenticity. Here are some ways to do this. 1. Be enthusiastic. Show excitement about your true catches, no matter the size. 2. Highlight the fun. Focus on the fun and memorable parts of the fishing trip, not just the catch. 3. Invite participation. Encourage your friend to share their experiences too. 3. Ask questions about their day on the water. By sharing your own authentic stories, you can encourage your friend to do the same. It shows that the joy of fishing isn't just about the catch but the experience as a whole. Addressing exaggerated fish stories doesn't have to be awkward. With a little humor, open conversation, and leading by example, you can help your fishing buddy keep it real out on the water. Navigating the fine line between fun and frustration. When you go fishing with a buddy, it's supposed to be a relaxing and enjoyable time. However, it can quickly become frustrating if your friend constantly tells exaggerated fish stories. These tall tales can turn a great day out into an irksome experience. Here are some tips to help navigate the fine line between fun and frustration when dealing with exaggerated fish stories. Finding common ground. One effective way to handle the situation is to establish a mutual understanding or agreement on storytelling styles. By finding common ground, you can make sure everyone enjoys the outing without getting annoyed by over-the-top tales. 1. Talk openly. Have a friendly conversation with your buddy about how the exaggerated stories affect the mood. 1. Use I statements to express how you feel without blaming them. 2. Set clear expectations. Agree on how much exaggeration is acceptable. 2. Maybe allow some slight embellishments but draw the line at outrageous claims. 3. Respect each other. Make it clear that the goal is to have fun and share genuine experiences, not to outdo each other with untruthful stories. Establishing common ground can create a more enjoyable and honest fishing atmosphere, where stories enhance the day instead of causing frustration. Creating a storytelling challenge. Another fun approach to mitigate the issue is to introduce a friendly competition. By creating a storytelling challenge, you can channel the exaggeration into something entertaining and enjoyable for both of you. 1. Set rules. Decide on the criteria for what makes a story the most believable or the funniest. 1. This could include elements like plausibility, humor, and creativity. 2. Judging. Take turns judging each other's stories or involve other friends to vote on the best story. 2. This keeps things light-hearted and fair. 3. Reward. Offer a small incentive for the best story. 3. Whether it's a celebratory drink or bragging rights, a reward can make the challenge more engaging. A storytelling challenge transforms potential frustration into an element of fun, making your fishing trips more enjoyable. By addressing exaggerated fish stories with empathy and creativity, you can maintain a fun atmosphere while reducing frustration. Whether you choose to find common ground or introduce a friendly competition, these strategies can help keep your fishing trips both entertaining and harmonious. Conclusion. Balancing fun with honesty in fishing tales preserves the joy of storytelling while maintaining integrity. Open communication ensures that friendship isn't strained by exaggerated stories. Encourage your buddy to blend excitement with truths, fostering an environment of trust and mutual enjoyment. Thank you for reading, and feel free to share your own fishing adventures or tips for handling such situations.